Hello guys, this is Miso here at Miso Making It. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is February 24th and it's about 4 p.m. It's time for dinner and I'm going to be making some Polish sausages with a sweet caramel onions. And we'll have a little jalapeno pepper on the side. I love that pepper and sweet onion contrast. So I've put out all my ingredients on the island. You see I have brown sugar here. I have my onions, some already cut up, and I have one left to cut up. And I have my Polish sausage or my kielbasa here. And let's just go ahead and get started. I am going to open my package. Then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here and just estimate what I think is bun length, and I'm going to cut it there. Yeah, that looks about the right size for a bun. Just cutting this little tail off that this one has. So I have 4 pieces, and that's all I need. I'm going to be adding, this is 1 cup of just regular water, and I want a little bit more, so I'm going to put a little less than 1/4 of a cup more in my dish. Okay, they're just barely covered. I have one that's not covered much at all, but I think it'll be okay. So let's get them in the oven. So I am going to cook them in the oven for about 15 minutes. The oven is already preheated at 375 degrees. As I said, it'll take about 15 minutes. Here I have my onions, and now you can see that I've already cut up half an onion, and now I'm going to cut up one more, and I'm just making circular slices, much like you would do if you were making onion rings, but your onion rings would be a little bit thicker. This would work better for you if I were turned around the other way and you could see exactly what I'm doing. But work with me, guys. Okay, so I'm popping these out and you see what I have here. Just circles. And it really doesn't matter how you cut them because they're going to cook down just so much anyway that it doesn't matter how they're cut. So you see I have my brown sugar here. Now my brown sugar is a little bit hard, but that's okay in this dish because it's going into liquid. If it was not going into liquid, I would put it into my microwave for about few seconds. So I have here a pat of butter that is melting, and I have my onions that I've completed, and I have my about 1/3 cup of white distilled vinegar, 2 cups of water, and this is about 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Okay, so my butter is melting, and I want to let that melt down, and I'll start to put my onions in this pot. Okay, it's just about all melted. So let's go ahead and get these onions in. A few slithers left in the bowl, and you know how I am. I don't waste anything. So I'm putting in my 1/3 cup of white distilled vinegar. This is my brown sugar, putting it in. And I'm going to add my water, the entire 2 cups. I'm going to put in some garlic in the pot to season it. And then I'll be letting it boil at a pretty rapid boil for about 30-40 minutes. Now off camera I did put in 1 cube of beef bouillon, and that's all we need. So we're going to be boiling this for a little while. Meanwhile, I've gone ahead and taken my sausages out of the oven. You can see the one on the right, that's the one that was up out of the water, and you see that it got brown, but I think it'll still taste really good, maybe better than the others, but it's quite usable. No worries. I'm gonna melt some 2 pats of butter here in my cast iron skillet. And the onions, you can see, are still going. Look at that rolling boil. They are still going. I want to cook all that liquid out until the onions are just caramel and sweet and no liquid at all. I've got my buns here. Going to take out 4 of them, and I'm going to separate my buns. Then I'm putting my buns down into my cast iron pan with butter, and I'm putting bottom down first, top sides of the bun up. And I'm going to be just turning these buns on all 4 sides just to get them nice and toasty. Look at these buns, how they soaked up all the butter. They've absorbed everything that was in the pan, and how beautiful they are. And if you tap on them, you hear the crunch. You hear the crispness. So good. So good. So let's go ahead and start plating this up. Okay, guys, you see what I have here. So, you look at those onions. They are gorgeous, and they're so sweet and so delicious and so delicate. I have corn on the cob and some potato chips. I've also halved 1 large jalapeno pepper and taken out the ribs and the seed because that's where the heat is. So this is not too hot. Now, if you have little ones, you might want to leave off the jalapeno altogether. But this is delicious. I love the hot and the sweetness of the onion together. Try this. Serve this to your family. Makes a great movie night meal. And it's quick and it's easy. And you won't be so tired. Thanks for coming by my place to see me. And come back again.